Taqwa. I am a teacher of English, and today we will have a lesson together. Stay tuned. So in our lesson today, we are going to deal first with task 5, page 37. Second, we are going to review the active and passive voice. And third and last, we are going to do task 6, page 37 together. So, shall start? Please open your books on page 37, task 5. Here's the task. It reads, I write the correct form of the verbs between brackets in my copybook. So here we have 4 sentences from A to D, and we have in each sentence a verb between brackets. This verb has got 2 parts. We have the base form of verb to be, and we have base form of another verb. For the first sentence, A, Timgad, B, found by the Romans. B, Kitchawa and Sultan Ahmed mosques be built in the 17th century. C, the Houses of Parliament be situated along the River Thames in London. D, Shakespeare's house be located in the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon. So before doing task 5, let's look at an example and see what to do. So here we have a sentence. Guernica be painted by Picasso in 1937. So here we are going to conjugate the verb between brackets. Here we have verb to be. To be should be conjugated in the past simple, was for singular nouns and were for plural nouns. It can be also be conjugated as is or are with the verbs locate and situate, which are synonyms. So we have verb to be in the past or in the present simple, it depends, plus the past participle of the verb we have. So here in this case we have the verb paint. So paint is a regular verb. It means that the past participle of the verb is the same as the past simple. So we say painted. Let's see how to conjugate the verbs between brackets. So we say Guernica was, verb to be in the past simple, painted, the past participle of verb paint, by Picasso in 1937. Now, let's do our task. Have 4 sentences. Please conjugate the verbs between brackets as we did in the example. You have 2 minutes. Thank you. Time is up. So let's correct the task together. First sentence, Timgad be found by the Romans. Correction. Timgad was founded by the Romans. So here we conjugate verb to be in the past simple, and we have the past participle of verb found, which is regular verb, as founded. B. Kichawa and Sultan Ahmed mosques be built in the 17th century. Correction. Kichawa and Sultan Ahmed mosques were, because they are plural, they are two, Kichawa and Sultan Ahmed mosques, so they are plural. We use were, verb to be in the past simple, plus the past participle of the verb build, which is built in the 17th century. Next, C. The Houses of Parliament be situated along the River Thames in London. Here's how to do it. The Houses of Parliament are situated along the River Thames in London. So we said that we have to use verb to be in the present simple with the verbs situate and locate. And here we have the houses. It is a plural noun, so we have to use are, verb to be in the plural form. The Houses of Parliament are situated along the River Thames, London. So the past participle of verb situate, which is regular verb, we add ed to the verb or the base form. Next, D. Shakespeare's house be located in the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon. So here also we have the verb locate, where we have to use verb to be in the present simple. And since house, the word house is a singular noun, so we say is. Shakespeare's house is located in the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon. Now we use are and is, which is verb to be in the present simple, with situate and locate in the present simple, because these things and places we are talking about, they still exist. You can also use the past simple with things that still exist in the present. So we have to use verb to be in the present simple with these two verbs. Thank you for trying. Now task 5 is going to help us to decide how to conjugate a verb in a sentence that is going to be converted from the active voice to the passive voice. So we use the form we used in task 5 in the passive voice. So here we have the active voice and the passive voice. Let's see how to form sentences in the active voice and in the passive voice. So for the active voice, subject plus verb, the past simple, plus object. Now, in the passive voice, object of the sentence plus verb to be in the past simple, and it could be in the present simple if it is used with the two verbs locate and situate, plus past participle of the verb we have, plus by, plus subject. Let's see an example. Picasso painted Guernica. This is in the active voice. Have the subject Picasso. We have the verb painted, the past simple, and it is regular. And we have Guernica, the object. Let's see how to convert the sentence into the passive voice. Guernica was, because it is singular noun, Guernica was painted, the past participle of verb paint, by Picasso. So here we have the object Guernica, have verb to be in the past simple, the singular form. We have painted as the past participle of paint, which is the same as the past simple, by, and the subject Picasso. Let's see another example. Ancient people built monuments. This is in the active voice. So we have ancient people, the subject, built, verb in the past simple, and monuments, the object. Active passive voice now. Monuments, which is the object. Were, we use verb to be in the plural form because monuments is plural. Were, built is the past participle of build, which is the same as the past simple, by ancient people. So here we have painted is regular verb, built is irregular verb. Now that we have reviewed the form of the active and the passive voice, let's move to task 6. Task 6 says, I write the following sentences in the passive form. Here are the sentences from A to D. Let's read them. A. Picasso painted Guernica in 1937. This is our example. B. The Algerian writer Katib Yassin published Nijma in 1956. C. The Algerian writer Mouloud Pharaon wrote The Poor Man's Son, which is in French Le Fils du Pauvre, in 1950. And D. Mouloud Ma'ammari's novel Opium and the Stick, in French L'Opium et le Bâton, 1965, narrates the sad story of the Algerian War of Independence. Now let's look at an example to know exactly how to do our task. So we have here a sentence. Da Vinci painted Mona Lisa. This sentence is in the active voice. Now the passive voice. Mona Lisa was painted by Da Vinci. Now we have reviewed the active and the passive voice. Let's do our task. So you have 3 minutes. Time is up. Thank you for trying. Now let's correct the task together. For sentence number 1 or A, Guernica was painted by Picasso in 1937. B. Nejma was published by the Algerian writer Katib Yassin in 1956. So till now we have just regular verbs: painted, published. And we have singular nouns where we have to use the singular form of verb to be in the past simple, which is was. C. The poor man's son, Le Fils du Pauvre, was written by the Algerian writer Mouloud Pharaon. So here we have the poor man's son, which is the name of the novel. It is singular, so we have to use verb to be in the past simple in a singular form. And here we have the verb or the past participle written. This is the past participle of verb write. So was written by the Algerian writer Mouloud Pharaon. So here we have an irregular verb. Write becomes written. D. The sad story of the Algerian War of Independence was narrated by Mouloud Maameri's novel Opium and the Stick. So here we have also sad story, which is singular noun. We use the singular form of verb to be in the past simple, plus the past participle of narrate, which is a regular verb. So it becomes narrated. So that's it. Thank you for trying, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. So thank you for being attentive. If you have any questions, please write them in the section below. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe, and see you next lesson. Bye.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.